I never imagined I'd be telling this story. But here I am. Life doesn't always knock. You just find yourself on the floor blindsided. One moment you think everything is stable, solid. The next, you're standing in the ruins of what you thought was love. My name is Andrew. I was married to Carla for 6 years. Ours wasn't a perfect marriage, but it was real, or at least I thought it was. I believed in us, in her. I gave everything I had to build a life with her. When she decided to go back to nursing school, I stood by her without hesitation. I helped her clear her student loans, supported her emotionally, financially, in every way a husband should. I even put my own career plans on pause so she could chase her dream. A month ago, Carla told me she was going to Miami for a girls' trip, to some old college friends catching up. Sunshine, spas, cocktails, laughter. Nothing more, she said with a soft smile. I didn't question it. Why would I? We weren't the kind of couple who needed to snoop through phones or ask for constant updates. We trusted each other. Or maybe I just trusted her blindly. I dropped her off at the airport, kissed her goodbye, told her to enjoy every second. She smiled and said she'd miss me. But that was a lie, because she never really did. The first red flag came on the second day of her trip. I texted her in the morning. Nothing. No reply. That evening, I sent another message. Still silence. When I tried to call, it went straight to voicemail. Hours later, I finally got a text. Sorry, babe, my battery died. We were out all day. I stared at the screen, my gut tightening. Something felt wrong. Off. It was small, but undeniable. A whisper in my chest I couldn't ignore. The next day, the truth came crashing in. My friend Marcus sent me a message. Asterisk, yo, isn't this Carla? Asterisk, attached was a screenshot of an Instagram story. I opened it, and for a second, my heart simply stopped. There she was, Carla, laughing, tipsy, dancing. Not with her girlfriends, but grinding on some guy's lap at a beach bar in South Beach. His hand was curled around her waist like it belonged there. She looked free, happy, lighter than I'd seen her in months. And in the next clip, they kissed, not a friendly peck. A kiss full of fire, full of intimacy, full of betrayal. I didn't scream, didn't cry. I just sat there, staring, my world shattering in absolute silence. But that silence brought clarity. I didn't confront her, not immediately. I needed more than shaky screenshots and gut feelings. So I reached out to my cousin Jeremy. He's a tech genius. Told him I needed access to our shared iCloud account. He helped me get in. And what I found burned: dozens of texts, flirty messages, heart emojis, plans to sneak away, photos of them at restaurants, on the beach, in bed. His name was Damien, a bartender she met the very first night in Miami. And from that moment on, every word she said to me was a lie. I saved everything. Screenshots, chat logs, every damning piece of it. And then I started planning. When she returned from her trip, I was at the airport, waiting with a smile. I handed her flowers, asked how it went. She lit up and said it was amazing, so relaxing. That night, she fell asleep beside me, her breathing slow and steady, her face at peace. Meanwhile, I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, a storm raging inside me. The betrayal was a weight crushing down on my chest. It was suffocating. 2 days later, I told her I had a surprise planned, a romantic dinner at her favorite restaurant. She lit up, thrilled. She loved surprises, always had. We arrived at a private dining room, lit softly, cozy. She stepped inside expecting wine and candles. What she got instead was the truth. On the table were printed photographs, screenshots of her messages, her lies, her affair. And at the center, a single note in my handwriting. Asterisk, you didn't just cheat. You ended us. Asterisk. She stood frozen. All the color drained from her face. Her hands trembled. Tears welled up in her eyes. Andrew, I can explain. I looked at her, this woman I once built my life around, and calmly said, No, you made your choice. Explain it to your friends. Then I stood up and walked out. She followed me, sobbing into the parking lot, pleading, begging. Asterisk, please, don't do this. Let's talk. Asterisk, but there was nothing left to say. She burned the bridge, and I wasn't about to walk through the ashes. What she didn't know was that I'd already contacted a lawyer, already moved my finances, changed the locks, erased her from the life we built, because she had already walked out of it the moment she chose someone else. That night, she didn't just lose her husband. She lost a man who had once seen his future in her eyes. She lost the one person who believed in her dreams more than she did. Revenge didn't come with shouting or slammed doors. It came quietly, in legal papers, in cold attachment, in unanswered texts, in the silent realization that something deep and real was destroyed for something shallow and fleeting. As for me, I'm healing. No, I'm not bitter. Just better, wiser. I've learned to trust that quiet voice inside me, the one I ignore when it whispered, asterisk, something's not right. Asterisk, I won't ignore it again. Because sometimes the loudest truths are the ones we feel, not hear,